Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Welcome back to Vesta Angels Tarot. I decided at the last minute to come on and do your reading for today because I got kind of busy cleaning up and doing things on one of my off days before work in the morning. So, some of y'all may be also receiving your packages today because I got a lot of packages the past 2 to 3 days. So your packages should be on time. All right. Okay. So I know a lot is going on. Some people may be grieving for different reasons, and I feel that the title today should be a source of enlightenment. It just came to me. I really didn't have a title for you before I got on here. So, um, hmm. Look at what I just seen. Scrolling through my timeline. This came out 5 days ago, and we just did a reading about Crow Raven, and look at that. It's a lot of similarities and convictions for me, and also synchronicities. Not necessarily coincidences, but wow, that's crazy. Okay, let's use our old school today because we haven't used her in a while. Let's just see what comes up and out. I still have been working on finding a some type of desk or something so that I can be first of all have my back in a chair and to put my like spiritual table or just a table back like I used to. It's not going to be as big as it used to because I will keep it in my room now instead of like out in the open like it used to be. So all this stuff I had in my cart on Tihoo. Remember I told y'all that the prices and stuff for them and Shein, not sponsored by either company or endorsed in them. They went up on their prices. So everything that I had been measuring and things like that, they kind of went up a little bit. I can't really tell because if I do purchase something in my cart, this would be the fourth time since they've been open that I would have purchased with them. So I only purchased with them 3 times before since they ever been open. Well, I don't feel like these are the cards. Hey, Miss Linda, how are you? Thank you so much for time stamping the all zodiac sign. We really needed that. Thank you, Miss Linda, because I know you got plenty of stuff to do. I appreciate it. Maybe we're not supposed to use her today. I don't feel that those two cards was it. But one of them did have the eagle on it, communion, and the other one was emergence. Like something could be coming out, up and out to the surface. That also could be you. My hand is getting tired. I've been doing a lot of work around the house. Not really spring cleaning, but I just feel like throwing a lot of stuff away. Hmm. Maybe I'm making room for something. I guess so. Release. Well, it's nowhere near autumn, right? Mm. We got a while to get there. Something could be happening around uh, the autumn equinox. We also could be talking about the number 8 or Leo energy. The only thing that we are going to be coming up having as a video is the K2 and Rahu video, um, and Jupiter goes to Gemini reading. We need to do probably a Mars and Cancer because it will be there till June. Again, all of this is Vedic Sidereal or Jasti, not tropical or Western astronomy or astrology. So K2 and Rahu moving the end of May. So I just think of Leo, anybody does probably when they see autumn comes out. But that's more of summer ish going into fall. But I don't know. I'm getting, yeah, look at there. Movement and release. Okay. Well, let's keep going. Let's see what it says. Yeah, direction. Well, yeah, we got movement, direction, something that we'll be releasing. I don't know. Maybe some of your lease will be up by then. Maybe it'll be the time for you to. We've been talking about crossroads the past couple of days or this week, going in a direction, a certain direction, maybe with a person in a relationship. Finally, you're enrolling into a new education or class in the fall. Okay, that could be for some of you. Also, could be a skill and or training. Don't necessarily have to be a huge college that you're going to. It could be a technical school. This also can be leaving of a job. Maybe you're having to stay there or thinking about a new direction and like, hey, I'm really ready to go. But this could be saying, okay, wait more until the end of summer, going into fall. Um, this don't necessarily have to be so. This also can be movement or transportation, traveling, a late summer, early fall vacation. I know I used to go to the cabins around that time, right before school goes back, the end of summer, before the first day of school. That was like my personal vacation days. I used to do it every year. What, probably about 8 years ago. I haven't been doing it lately. But this also could be buying of a transportation. Maybe a car would be better for you, truck or whatever, right? RV, camper, Winnebago, a boat, whatever it may be for some of you, it may be better priced, okay? Especially with all the tariffs and things going on right now. And we really want to know and see what this spring, summer weather is going to be. But it says to look for clues. Your grace inside of you, which is your internal compass, correct? Uh, Connected to your intuition, your intuitive sense, that grace will lead you to the exact event to either let you have an experience or to give you a certain experience that you're going to need precisely at the right time. So, enlightenment, I pre said, could have been the title for today. Um, but don't worry, when it needs to come to you, your aha moment, it will. It probably will come to you more likely when you're settled down, when you're more at ease, when you're not overthinking, when you're just chilling and relaxing, or probably also that aha moment will come to you when you're probably taking care of something else and then it'll just slide in there and you're like, wow, oh, okay. So that's what I have to do. That's where I need to go. This is what I need to take care of. Okay? But all the overthinking and contemplating and back and forth, you're overthinking, you're over judging. Okay? Um, this also could be a release of a relationship, marriage, singlehood for some of you. Because we did have the Vision Quest card, remember, to come out in the reading the other day. Also with the Valor, right? Being courageous to go in this direction, to take heed, to follow the clues. So you may also be hiking or going into your neighborhood woods. I know as a child we used to have woods in our backyard and things like that. Previous apartments, hey Reese, previous apartments I stayed in, it used to be, some woods connected to it and things like that. So maybe y'all have a wooded area somewhere in your community or nearby. Maybe you used to play there as a child, or maybe it's like a hiking trail or a jogging trail that may be connected to it. Um, it may be some clues there. Now, don't go CSI on me, okay, and be finding stuff that gonna scare you and give you nightmares and stuff like that. Okay, just don't do the CSI stuff, okay. But just be careful. Don't go digging and stuff. I'm very curious to what the clues are. Are they going to be physical, materially, intuitively, emotional clues? We've never said that before here. I've never said that like that, a wake up call. I never said that like that before here, especially as long as we've been using this deck and getting that card. Um, but take heed in whatever direction that it is. It's for a purpose. It may actually be more helpful to you than you are realizing now. This is why it's saying to have valor, not only to yourself, about yourself, but also about the situation. Be courageous about the situation or opportunity. Being able to go in a new, probably pretty much a better direction, because some people are going in worser directions. So let's be blessed and abundant and grateful even for anything that is a change, because some people are not getting any change at all, because they're severely stuck. It also could be they're severely financially devastated or broke. We still have a lot of people that are, you know, in trouble from the floods that happened in North Carolina, and fires and things that's going on. So be thankful and be courageous that you are able to do something. Okay, let's not forget about a lot of people that are displaced right now, especially with these woods. I forgot where the fires were. Don't forget the fires that was in LA. Let's not forget about these people that are having and being courageous about a new direction that they have no choice but to go in. Now, some of you may not have a choice in a new direction, or a certain direction that you're having to do or go, but you never know what it may happen and bring to you. Okay? Remember, we're also about to be in the energy of Jupiter. It's about growth. You can't really keep growing if you're growing taller, but you still, got the same pants that you wore when you were 12 and you're 35. You can't fit them pants anymore, right? I mean, I know that's a stupid example, but we're talking about growth. Sometimes we have to realize that we have outgrown people, areas, countries, states, jobs, education, relationships. Unfortunately, yes, marriages, and sometimes religions. Okay? It may be that you have done everything that you needed to do on your quest in a particular place with a certain person, and it's time for you to move on. What is itching me? Because I just came from the mailbox. Ugh. Okay. Remember, we grow, hopefully, every day. Um, See, their childhood in reverse was trying to come out. It's just like, yeah, sometimes you have to move away from the place where you grew up at. Some people choose not to move away at all. But you always hear people talking about, When they hit it big, they're going to move away from the place they grew up at and blah, blah, blah. Um, and then some of you, if you never did, you may not have ever met the person you were supposed to be with. That does happen a lot. You may not be in a certain area at the time for a certain opportunity, um, in the right place at the right time. It was meant for you, but long as you had the courage to get yourself there, you could snatch it up, you know? Come on, let's give me the last card so we can move on. Solitude. We got fire and release again. Having a passion, having a fire, and movement came back to the top. Let's go on and take her out. And then we got the Fool card right here saying to let go. When you release your attachment to the outcome, because you don't know the outcome, you're just fearful of it before you even get there, right? Again, the Fool card. Um, you will allow the power of grace to work its magic because you have and are being courageous to allow the power of grace to work its magic. Fire energy. Now, the only time that we mostly are in fire energy is when we're needing to take initiative or we're doing something very strenuous. Also including like working, cutting the grass, mowing the grass, gardening, exercising, running, working with weights, um, pushing a cart around the grocery store. That's fire energy. Anytime that you are actively doing anything, you are in your fire element. Okay. All right. So we have solitude. Let's go ahead and put this here. We got some good cards. I'm hearing fire and desire. I used to love that song when I was younger. Actually, this goes here. Be courageous to come out of off of your island. Oh Lord, please don't start talking about no islands. Um, to come off of your island, to come out of solitude, that does take a lot of valor. That does take a lot of tenacity and strength to stop being single, to stop being alone, to stop being a hermit. It's good a lot of times, but if you find the right people to be around, friendship can be very valuable, very, very genuine, very healthy, right? Okay. Because I really wanted to get some new clarifier cards off of Tihu. Tihu. And I'm being my ascendant. I'm really being my Virgo ascendant where I don't want to pay a lot. Look at that, Milky Way, networking. See there, I just said something about friends. Marketing, social media, publicity, internet, fame, expansion, growth, Jupiter energy, exposure, and spotlight. We do have a mountain here with people standing on it. We got a lot of mountains here. So, in a new direction, you could be meeting people and they got family, and then um it could be anything from dating or moving to a new area and meeting new casual friends. Um, going to a favorite cafe or bar or local new new corner spot, bodega, you know, um, a new little grocery store in a new area. Um, and you meet new people, you know. This is going to be a great time for networking and also marketing. I told y'all April the 30th is going to be a very auspicious day. because it's going to be about the who is going to be about the sun and the moon. We also are talking about social media publicity. If you haven't been, it reminds me, I need to put some videos over there on the other channel. Cause I keep forgetting to go over there. I just started it to have another channel just in case something happens to this one, but I need to pay attention to it because I've been giving it a lot of solitude. They may get ready to release it with all this new release stuff on the table. Well, in the spread here. Okay, I need to give it some publicity. Um, but just as I'm talking out loud, think of what it also may mean to you. Some of you, it may be time for you to change internets. hmm You may also need to move your internet to get better reception. I don't know where that came from. Um, this new direction also is going to give you some type of new exposure. I don't know. It could be getting you more out there, getting seen by more people. This also could be you as an entrepreneurial. Um, and and two, if you have something that you're working on as an entrepreneurial and it's just sitting there, work on it. Keep giving it publicity. Okay, even if you have to buy ads uh, and things like that on these different social media platforms, don't let it just sit as solitude. Okay, because why create it or why invent it if you're just gonna let it sit there? Give it some movement or either release it. Okay, it's time for more exposure for it and also spotlight. This also, if you help give it more publicity, it may actually come more into the spotlight. Okay, but it is also telling you to kind of get out and get outdoors. Follow the clues, like it said. You may also see something on social media or off the internet um, that may help you lead you into a certain direction for some of you. May not be right now, but it can be from now up until fall, until it's time for you, particularly, to get your clue or enlightenment. Oh, so we got flood of emotions. Is it going to be tears of joy or tears of sorrow? But something is going to be overflowing here. We got abundance and the word release again. What is going on with this release? It's time for y'all to make some more friends. Okay? To meet new people also could be a new relationship that is coming in. And by you meeting or allowing yourself to date or to mingle, they got family, right? So that means that you're getting exposure by them, through them. They're putting you in a spotlight, and now you are um, networking. You are out of solitude. You are helping your feelings and emotions to overflow with joy actually from the inside out. Okay. And then you also are helping to work your abundance to come in because you're not keeping yourself stagnant, stuck, or a sense of solitude, just being by yourself. Too much shelter also can be bad sometimes, unless you're just really trying to become a monk or a nun. Okay. But something leading us in a new direction hopefully is going to bring us more joy. I don't see anything here yet that says it's going to be sorrow. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon. Arguments, fighting, abusive, tense, painful, anger, repeat again, over and over, over and over again, and inky. Okay. Is somebody full of emotions of sadness because of an argument or a fight? because they were verbally, I hope not physical, abusive to you, or this is vice versa, you did it to somebody. And because they repeated their same attitude, okay, over and over. So that means more than twice that a argument or some type of verbal confrontation also could have erupted. This also could be one that comes back to the surface, and it can be for some of you that are on social media, because something that you post or the exposure that you are creating due to pictures, comments, tags, likes, emojis, all that type of stuff. Okay. And this person is upset because maybe you have released them already. Could be love, platonic, or somebody that you newly met or dating. And actually, a lot of y'all are in solitude. But maybe because you are look like or appear that you're networking or feeling happy and very abundant and have tears of happiness, it's making this person upset. Look at that, a third party. It's another person involved. Someone else is influencing you or your person, if you have one. An outside party, a rival, a love triangle, plus a stranger. So, if you are, for some of you, in a love triangle by incident, accident, or unknowingly, or on purpose, because there's some people out there that do that type of stuff, um, a stranger is about to come into the mix. So this could be why these release cards are here, are telling you to leave that alone, to release yourself from that love triangle if you haven't already. And if you have, you're already in solitude, but you're about to come out of the solitude and have movement. Okay? So it could have been a talk. Don't necessarily have to be an argument, but maybe you have said something to a person more than once about them still having somebody or still living with somebody, married, still dating other people. Um, Hopefully you wasn't crying over it, or maybe you had a flood of emotions for some of you and it helped for you to release it. Maybe you met this person through a social media dating app and or networking, or off the internet, a social media app, like I said, FB, IG, uh, Tinder. I don't know what dating apps out there. Okay. And they could have really liked you because maybe you're one of the top people in the lineups with a lot of hit me back things. I don't even know what to call it. Mm. Somebody also may be releasing their social media account because of a third person, or because whoever that they're dealing with, or you may have to shut yours down because of whoever you're dealing with, just to keep comments or them from stalking you, um, and letting your person that you're dealing with get you in trouble. That could be for somebody here. I'm so glad they came up in the upright, because we don't need no reverse cross today. Okay. Destiny, spirituality. What did I say the title was? Enlightenment. Okay. Destiny, spirituality, divine guidance, trials and plus tribulations, necessity, conviction, duty, crisis, and fate. Oh, this is some big words. Not big words, but that's some deep stuff right there. Your movement right now is taking you towards your destiny. And if you are very strong in your spirituality by watching oracle or tarot cards, or being a subscriber or moderator to my channel, um, you have changed a lot. Okay? And you don't know it, but you are courageous enough, and you do have this conviction in you to move yourself into this next phase of growth. For some of you, this actually may be a crisis for you as a stage that it's time for you to have movement. Okay? It's actually seems here part of your fate. Um, Give me, what is this whip? I'm finna put the tarot down. I really want to know what the whip is trying to indicate here. Oh, I just had to ask, didn't I? So part of this spirituality, fate, and crisis is because of the Celtic knot. Now, this is giving the energy again of the Rahu and Ketu that's moving into Leo, which is the fifth house of dating. It's a very, what it says, kinky sex. It is a dating house. It is a sexual, intimate house, just like eighth house of Scorpio is. Um, I'm not saying everybody is into that, but didn't I tell y'all the other day that K2 moving into Leo, and I think I said this in the all zodiac signs reading, if you watched it, and one of the other readings that I specifically told Leos in the all zodiac signs that Leos will be, because of K2 there, be looking for a new lover, but it will be based off a spiritual connection. No more of the one night stands. Hey, you look good. I just want to go out and have fun. I just want, you know, to network, if that's what young people calling it. And if I get a hookup, okay, it's not just about flashing bottles and VIP and the bottle girls and all that stuff. Leos will be looking for, because of K2, their spiritual destiny as a mate. Okay. So, um, and also it's going to be Rahu in 11th house of Aquarius. So, the Celtic knot, like I said, is clarifying the arguments, fighting, abusive, tense, painful, anger, repeat again, over and over, and kinky, sex. So, to clarify that, it's telling you that it's time for a divine union. The release and going into a new direction, leaving behind all of the people in your life, and also can be past life with the Celtic knock here. Um, However old you are, where there were tense situations, there were third party situations, there were arguments, fighting, physical abuse, verbal abuse. It was a lot of anger, also, that a lot of you could still be holding. This is why you stay in solitude a lot, just to avoid relationships, um, because things just kept repeating. Like, but remember, everything, unfortunately, us humans are lessons. But the point is to keep valor and to stay courageous while you're doing your journey. We're all going to continue to, until a certain time period, crisis, fate, our duty, and divine guidance and destiny, to finally have a divine union. But if you keep yourself in solitude so much and say, forget it for the rest of my life, because of my last four exes was very argumentative, then you're losing your courage as being a spiritual being doing this human experience. You can't let that win over your whole destiny. Ooh, my ears are ringing. All right. I do also, before I throw the tarot on, what is this cross? We did just leave a leave. We did just lose, for some people, a very significant person. Um, when it comes to religion and cross here, I don't even think I want to step into that. Ooh, see there? Harmony, helpful, playful. We all know that dolphins are very, well, we can't even be around dolphins. It's against the law. But dolphins is the same, uh, if not more intuitive and intelligent than us humans. So if the dolphin card is coming out, then this is some type of joyful, funful event, a collaboration, an effective, peaceful harmony, destiny. So hopefully that that this is saying that some of you, your new direction is going to be a lot more peaceful or at peace if you're thinking that it's going to be more fearful or sad. Okay. Your spirit guides or divine guidance is going to be very helpful to you and for you by leaving you clues. Okay. Effective communication also is going to be a necessity. I'm not quite sure if you need to tell this other person that you're involved with, or this other person needs to effectively communicate to you. Do they want joy or do they want sorrow? Because you're looking for joy. And the third party things, or them continuing to be influenced by other people, whether it's a lover, a spouse, or friends, family, whatever the case may be, that's not where you're being led to. Okay. And you do have the courageous valor to go in your own direction. I do see somebody here is going to be divinely guided, can be both ways, for y'all to collaborate. Now, this also could be on a business venture, a product, a project as an entrepreneurship. Uh, you may also want to think about being divinely, listening to your clues. Some of you divinely guided to come out with something very happy, very joyful, something that also can bring peace to people and also be very helpful. Okay. I'm not going to turn this over yet. Let's go ahead and quickly go over to the cards. Just seen the hangman with the chariot. So, and then the hangman to the nine of cups. So wish fulfillment is coming in. I'm very glad to see the dolphins to come out. Because maybe you don't want to fight with somebody, family member, whoever it is, okay? And you just want harmony, peace in life. You don't want to fight, you don't want to argue, you don't want to be tensed up walking around or being around somebody. That's not a divine union, okay? Um, but somebody here is the love of a lifetime. Are they fun? Are they funny? Are they very helpful? Do they promote harmony? Are they effectively a great communicator, or are you? Are they playful? Because you want to also look at things like that when you are deciding on a partner. Oh, you can't get no better than that. Can't get no better than there. Go there. Don't start with that Hierophant stuff. Do not start. And we got the cross here too today. Let me go on and cut this deck, because I am not getting back into that. If you know, you know. I still could not find which videos it was when I said things about allegedly the Pope months ago, before the opening of the doors that they did, and before he got sick. Anywho, the Eight of Pentacles, working on something, focus on something. Could also be yourself. Working on your own courage, working on your feelings and emotions, working on networking, marketing, social media, building a social media for the first time, getting it up and out there. Some of you physically, like I said, it could be working on your internet. I don't know, maybe it's out, maybe it's glitching and going in and out. Mercury is not retrograde. It won't go retrograde until I think another 2 months. Some of you are, could be, or somebody here is working on their fame. It's a lot of alleged things that are being said and coming out right now. So somebody is very dedicated on working on how they are seen in the spotlight. I also see somebody who is in the spotlight is about to get fired. They're about to get released, and then they're going to go into solitude, or they need to cut their self loose and as courage and valor, and then they will go into solitude. hmm Could have been over kinky sex. If you know what that is already, it's all over social media about an auto recording, and somebody with the dolphin here could have been a younger person that is very playful. Because dolphins are very playful. Not saying that children necessarily are, or young adults, but dolphins like to play. Okay. Um. Okay. So the collaboration is in reverse. So whoever this is could be in social media. Networks are not going to want to socialize with them or collaborate anymore. They didn't or don't find it funny. To whoever the third person is, it may be another third person that comes out and say that it was more kinky sex or something repeated and something was done over and over again. Um, and that it was something as an argument or a fight or something that was abusive, allegedly. I don't know who this is. Um, but networks, social media, the internet, marketing companies, whatever this exposure is, this person is not going to be able to collaborate and work with these companies anymore. So, in other words, somebody's getting fired, especially if they work in public, okay, or they're very much in the spotlight here. Yeah. Now, if this is you, this is what you're going to be working on for the next couple of months. Okay, really focusing on the humor inside of you, releasing whatever you intuitively know what you in your life that you need to release. Also, if you are an argumentative type of person and you like to fight, you need to release that. It's time. This is why your divine guidance is here. Um, it's time for you to move on. It's time for you to get healing from that, because it is people who actually like to fight and to argue and to cause and give abuse to people. They find it humorous, they find joy in it. You also can call them narcissistic, you can call them physical abusers. You can call them whatever it is. But then you got actual people who are very joyful. And a lot of times, those joyful people end up attracting the people who like to fight and argue. hmm Y'all didn't know I know that, right? But it's part of your valor. It's part of your courage. It is part of you understanding as lessons when it's time for you to move, um, and go in new directions. Remember, some people don't, so they do not never could get a chance to experience a divine union. So this is why I tell you, for the people who decides to keep themselves in solitude and miss out on never experiencing or allowing the divine union to come to you because of keeping yourself separate, you did learn the lesson. You did move on. You had the courage and the tenacity and the strength. And that's why things that will come towards you can turn into a divine union. Because it's also saying here that it's time for you in your lifetime to have it. You went through all the trials and convictions and over again. Okay, so it's kind of like that's over. I didn't know this reading was gonna be this long. I mean, you can turn to your religion denomination for more prayer, for help, for guidance, or turn to your spirituality, um, or whatever you do or practice uh, for help and guidance. But something is coming towards you though that you will be focusing on. Could be again the number 8, Leo. In the month of August, or from now up until August, or especially May into August. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So the next 3 months, 8 of Swords, you don't see this coming because you refuse to release. You refuse to unbind yourself from your own mentality. I'm so glad that flipped out in the upright. It did a little flipperoo like this. Ooh, let's put this card back. Okay. Bottom of the deck is 6 of Cups from the other day in reverse again, leaving the past behind. hmm A lot of people also will stay stagnant due to nostalgia, memories, events, areas. Um, is it something here that some of you are upset about? I don't know. Maybe you were dating somebody. You found out for some of you they had another person, or they don't want to commit because they're still being influenced by another person, but they are the two that are fighting and things like that. And you're more of the happy and joyful type of person. And it's kind of like, because I don't see anybody here from your past. So this could be something, or would be something, that you would be experiencing. A leap of faith, easy going, prosperity. Like, so what? Don't worry, moving on, birth of a son, and luck. Okay, so not you said I'm not upset either. I don't know who this is, Miss Linda. It might be the person you did, not you, Miss Linda, but it could be for a lot of people the person you did release and leave in the past. And you're feeling better about it every day. You could have it could have been on your mind for a while. I mean, who wouldn't still have it on their mind, right? But you understand too about destiny is larger, is bigger, more better for you to be happy thinking about and going toward than just keep relying on a person that you have to verbally fight with and block and things like that over and over. And They don't want to commit over and over. It's like too much. So we do have the wine card in reverse. Um, Something is not ripe yet. I don't I don't want to say it like that, but I was clarifying the 8 of Swords. Your mind is ripe, okay? Ain't nothing wrong with your mind. But something is still stuck in your mind where the 8 of Cups is here. Um Something hasn't finished developing yet. And I feel it has everything to do with this and this. Those two cards. Because this, I don't feel, came in. Now, everybody can't have a child or don't want any more children. Uh, but you could, for some of you who are still childbearing, your future may be of a family. This is why 10 of Cups is in reverse. Not saying that you don't have a family right now, but your destiny could change. Like I say, it doesn't have to be, it could be a stepson. It can be a grandson for some of you, a godchild. For some of you, it can be adoption. It's all different type of things here. Don't necessarily have to be a physical birth for some of you. But like I said, 10 of Cups is not just all the time about your immediate children. It's about legacies of two families or several families coming together. Okay, that's what the 10 of Cups is. It's not just about, oh, you got a wife, I got a husband, we had kids. No, everybody's not blessed to have children physically, but you can still marry, adopt, or maybe somebody you're marrying did have a child, and that becomes your child. And then they have a family, you have a family, and then two families blend. 10 of Cups in the upright. That's long term legacy and happiness, 10 of Cups. But something is here is the wand is not ready to be open yet. Okay? So whatever this is, it's not here yet. Because you are still working on some things in your life. Could be your temper, your attitude, your mindset with the 8 of Swords here, your lack of wanting to take a leap of faith yet. You're not ready to stop being alone or single or in solitude. You're not really ready to release yourself from that. And for some of you, yes, it could be that you're not releasing yourself from a person that you're arguing and fighting with. And because of that, this divine union cannot come into play yet. Okay? Now, some of you may not even met this person yet. They could be a Libra. Then we got the word consummate, diplomat, refined, just, accommodating, kind, desires harmony and balance. That word harmony again. Sociable, you already got networking, sociable, social media, a person that likes to be in the public, fame, expansion, spotlight, exposure, and then you got artistic and indirect. Somebody could be being indirect, not saying that they want to be in a union with you yet because they lack courage. So they need to work on that um, before they could tell you they're ready to build harmony and collaborate or to build something with you. And so until then, how can you be the grasshopper? Not saying that you're supposed to wait on people or anything, but it is something here, okay? Well, we're going to go ahead and leave it there. I'm not even going to throw out any. Y'all want me to throw out an oracle card? We're at 54 minutes. Uh, let's see. Let me check this too. Remember, Saturn is in retrograde in Pisces, okay? So we will be doing a lot of hard work toward everything. This is the year of 2025 of completion. So a sense of release does make sense. Okay. Because the next phase, the next years, is going to be this cross and Celtic knot, a tying of the knot, a tying of some type of union. Um, Everything can start out platonic, friends, cordial. I'm not saying you had to meet one person and get married the next. I'm just saying it starts somewhere. So break yourself out of the Eight of Swords. Okay? You only get one life, and you don't want to keep limiting your happiness, the dolphins that you could have. We got Pluto. Yeah, get to the heart of the matter. Something here wants to resurrect itself. The need you need to get in control of this. You could be having a power struggle within yourself because of the lack of valor. Not saying anything is wrong with you. We do lose courage sometimes. Um, Somebody also could have an obsession with you, and this is why. Look at there, seventh house of Libra, Libra, Libra. Something needs to come into balance. Something is more obsessive, or a power struggle is here. Either you're having a power struggle with yourself and being too obsessive with yourself that you can't release your own self, or for some of you, whatever this is here, it was a power struggle, or it's still currently going on. Um, could also be with somebody from the past, as energetically, or somebody you're dealing with now. Okay, like I said, some people got an obsession with arguing, fighting, having tense feelings and emotions. They have an obsession by getting hurt by people, thinking that's love, and that's balance, and that's cooperation. Just be careful with that. Somebody also could be very obsessive in their anger. You'll see signs. Okay. Let me just throw out one of these so I can let y'all go. Thank y'all for joining. I am gonna go back and put a title, maybe a picture, maybe not. Who knows? What's this? Um, Obstacles and challenges. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. For some people, it can just be getting yourself or releasing yourself out of financial conflict as a challenge. Or maybe this is somebody. We do have the crown, like I say, you know. We're waiting on directions, we're waiting on clues. Like I said in the beginning, it's going to come to you about how to fix this challenge, whatever it is, financial, emotional, mental, physical, materially, monetarily, relationship wise, marriage wise, with spirituality or religion, whatever it is for you. Like I said earlier, you will get the clues. You will get the download, the epiphany, the aha moment, um, for you to choose to change this obstacle. Okay? But something is going to be coming into balance, and it may come in indirectly. So also see that as a clue. Don't feel or think that it's supposed to come by or through a specific person that you have in your mind. That's not, y'all should know that's not how these dimensions or the universe works now. So things come in indirectly. Okay. All right. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.